Good evening. The City Council will convene tonight, Thursday, April 11th, 2024, to hold a regular meeting. Public participation to this meeting is provided in person and remotely via Zoom in accordance with Mass General Law. This meeting is being broadcast by Peabody TV. Remote participation can be accessed through the Zoom link on the City website. This meeting is also being recorded by the City Council's stenographer. Please join me for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. You heard the motion by Councilor Gould. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. If there's no objection from the Council, I'd like to move to receive item 7A, various appointments, and defer to His Honor the Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening to you. Good evening, Councilors. Hope everybody's doing well. Very happy tonight to bring forward two candidates for the Conservation Commission. We've been a little short-handed the last few months, and bringing the two candidates on board I think will be great for the Conservation Commission and for the city. And I appreciate Councilor Turco, Councilor Daigle bringing the candidates forward. Brian Cassidy is here today, he and his wife Jen. Brian is a vocational teacher at the Medford Vocational School, and somebody who moved here with his family a couple years ago, really just wanted to get involved in our city and make a contribution. Really happy to bring his name forward. As I said, he is here today. The other candidate is Jamie Harrop. Jamie is unable to be here today, but Jamie has an impressive background as well. She's a scientist and has been a longtime resident of the city, and I felt both candidates would add a lot of perspective and add a lot of their background and knowledge to the board and provide some, again, some different perspectives that I think will be valuable. Brian is here. He'd be happy to say a few words. Jamie was unable to be here. She's on Zoom? Oh, excellent. Hi, Jamie. I don't know if she can hear me. Hope everybody's doing well at your house, Jamie. I know it was an active day today. But I think both will be excellent additions and very happy to bring them forward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Would Mr. Cassidy like to come just introduce yourself? Thank you. The clerk has informed me that I skipped over the part of voting on receiving this and taking it out of order. So all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Mr. Cassidy, just your name and address for the record. Thank you.
My name is Brian Cassidy. I'm over at 16 Pearl Street. If you Google map it, it'll come up as 16 Pearl Road still. I want to thank everyone, Mayor Betancourt, Councilman Turco, for allowing me to serve on this board, and thank you to everybody else. I'm looking excited to joining it and giving back to my community, and I've enjoyed the last couple of years so far living in the city, and looking forward to more to come, my wife and I. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Turco? No? And Jamie, if you'd like to speak, you're welcome to.
Thank you so much. I have been so excited to be in this city since 2012, and I appreciate the mayor and Council Daigle appointing me to this commission. I've actually worked with the commission in the past and have great respect for what they do, and I'm looking forward to contributing to them.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, my address is 12 Emery Street, Peabody.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from the council? Councilor Daigle?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to say thank you, Jamie. I know you're home with your beautiful son. I wish you could join us, but you did admit that you did trial by fire by watching the Conservation Commission meeting last night until 11:30. So if you survive that, we're going to tie you down for 2 years. Thank you, and it's been a pleasure. This is what community service and being on the council is all about. I met you through being on the council, and you've been a great neighbor and advocate, and I think you'll be a great addition to the Conservation Commission. So welcome aboard. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you. I just want to echo the importance of this board and the many boards that we have in the city. The Conservation Commission is a very, very, very busy and important board, and I thank all the members, current members, and future members coming on board. It's quite a commitment, but it's a very important board, so I thank you very much.
Councilor Gamache.
Yes, thank you. I too would like to say congratulations to the new members, and this is probably one of the most important boards that we have. But while the mayor is here, I would also ask him if he could possibly get them to meet in person instead of Zoom. It is the last board that we have that publicly doesn't meet, and I think it's time that we allow the public to come back to the meetings and observe the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. 100% agree.
Any other discussion? Councilor Gould.
I just want to echo the sentiments of the rest of the council, and thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Councilor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. As a former Conservation Commissioner, I would like to thank you for your service. As it's been spoken by my fellow colleagues, it's very important work. Can be very late meetings sometimes, but it's all very important work that affects each of the wards throughout the city. So thank you very much for your commitment.
Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just wanted to add another board or commission that I think is also only meeting by Zoom, the Alcohol Commission, the Alcohol Board. If we're going to address that matter, I think we should not let one fall through the cracks. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, Councilor Turco, if you'd like to make a motion to approve.
Yes, I would. Here you go. Motion to approve the appointments of Brian Cassidy, 16 Pearl Street, Peabody, Mass. 01960, to the Conservation Commission alternate beginning 12/31/2025 for a 2-year term, and Jamie Harrop, 12 Emery Street, Peabody, Mass. 01960, Conservation Commission alternate 12/31/2025 for a 2-year term. So moved.
You've heard the motion by Councilor Turco. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Rossignol,
Yes.
Welton,
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
McGinn,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Higgins.
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Motion carries 10-0.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, Council. And if I could, Council President, I just wanted to mention we are near full on our appointments. There's still a little bit more to bring forward to you, but one concern I do have is our Cable Commission. We had a hearing last night on the cable license for Comcast. The commissioners were here, which was terrific, but we are light on the Cable Commission. Please, if there's anybody that you know may be interested, or I wanted to put it out into the public, if there's anybody interested in being on the Cable Commission, would be a great help and would be a true asset for the city. So just wanted to mention that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to item 4, public hearings. Item A, entertainment license. The clerk will read the notice.
Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Peabody will conduct a public hearing on Thursday evening, April 11th, 2024, at 7:30 p.m. in the Frank L. Wigan Auditorium, 24 Lowell Street, Peabody, Mass., and remotely via Zoom on the application from One Main Street Restaurant, LLC, 1 Main Street, Peabody, Mass., requesting an entertainment license for the use of non-live entertainment, specifically television, CD player, DVD player, electronic/digital internet jukebox, internet/streaming music, background music, and live entertainment at said 1 Main Street, Peabody, Mass. For remote participation using the Zoom platform, please visit www.peabody-ma.gov under calendar on the homepage or contact the City Clerk's office. Peabody City Council, Councilor Stephanie R. Peach, City Council President.
Will the petitioner please state your name and address for the record and tell us what you're looking for tonight? Thank you.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Jason Panos with offices at 246 Andover Street, Peabody, Massachusetts. I'm here to present to you an entertainment license for a new venture at 1 Main called 1 Main. You're familiar with the location. It's the former Stanzi's site, and the proprietor is Pat Tedisco, who is also here with me tonight, of 18 Morningside Drive, Topsfield, Massachusetts. The application itself speaks for itself, so I assume you've read it. and certainly if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them, as well as Pat. You know Pat, he bought One Main in 2017. At the time, he had a vision for the downtown as a lively and active hotspot where people could come, live, recreate, and he found a tenant to help him with that vision, and when the opportunity came up, he's seized upon it, and now he's going to be himself a proprietor who will be more actively involved in fulfilling his dream. And if I may, I'd like him to come up to the podium and speak a little bit about what his vision for the restaurant is going to be. And again, if you have any questions about the entertainment license itself, as I said, the application is before you. It speaks for itself. Pat?
Thank you. Mr. Tedesco?
Hi, everybody. It's been a long time since I've been up here. So basically, again, I think everybody on the board knows me, knows what I'm about and what I'm hoping to accomplish by going into the restaurant business in downtown Peabody. My goal, like this board and the mayor, has always been to try to bring downtown Peabody back to life. We were on the right road. We got hit with COVID, hurt a lot of people. So it needs to be brought back to life again, and I'm willing and more than able to bring that back to life again. So my goal, as it always been, is to try to include everybody in the downtown area to benefit everybody. So a lot of people ask, oh, a certain restaurant ain't open, this one's closing, you know, you're better off opening before somebody else. Well, I don't see none of that like that. I see it that the more that everybody comes down to downtown Peabody, the more businesses that open downtown Peabody, the more the downtown would thrive. And doing a couple of things that I have in mind on doing at the restaurant is we have specific tables that are going to be dedicated to every business in downtown Peabody. So if you own a restaurant, as long as you sign a permission waiver, your name will be on a table so that when you're in my restaurant, you also know that there's Gallo Nero, there's Petrillo's, soon to be Brody's, Next Mix, and everybody else down there. So I want anybody to visit my establishment know that I'm not the only person in town. There's a lot more down here to see. Another one of our tables is going to be strictly for, with the city's permission, for the museum, the Brooksby Farm, Tilly's Farm, PB Essex Museum, everything that we have that's available to people when they come to visit in our area. And I'm sure I'll have a lot of people from outside our area. So the whole goal is that when they sit at these tables, they know that Peabody has a lot to offer. We also have intentions to meet with the museum and offering free meals to anybody that goes with a child to the museum. The parent obviously has to pay for their meal, but their child will be fed on the kids' menu absolutely free as long as they have a ticket that they visited the museum. So as you guys know about me, I am kind of, my wife likes to say I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I used to tell my mom all the time that's the worst thing she ever gave me. Everything else she gave me was great. But so my goal is, like it always has been, from 2015 when I bought 3 Main Street to 2017 that we all worked together, along with past councilors, with the mayor and the officers, and Julie, who I've met since I came into Peabody and was the first person I actually met and helped me when I decided to buy Washington Street. So I hope that I can continue to make my mom proud and that this board would vote in favor of what I'm asking. Thank you.
I'd also like to add, Jason Panos for the record again, that we have been in conversations and discussions with Councilor McGinn, and we are in full alignment with those discussions and any very moderate conditions he might suggest be appended to the to the application, to the license, if we're so fortunate to have your support. Thank you. If there are any questions through the president, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak in favor? Mayor Betancourt.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening again. Ted Betancourt on One America Drive, certainly speaking as a mayor, but also as somebody who admires and respects Pat Tedisco and his family. He's truly made a difference in the city in many positive ways. I believe he was one of the first, if not the first person to really buy into what we were working on in our downtown. His investment at 1 Main Street was critical for the improvements we have made. And without his initial investment, we might not have taken some of the steps we have taken. And he's done some great work beyond that, 1 Main Street, additional work throughout the city. But he's also the very first person, and I know others can speak to this, he's the first person to want to donate and contribute in some ways to a whole variety of causes and ways to contribute to the city. He's always somebody that is there to try to help in any way he can. And I'm looking forward to what he's going to do over at 1 Main Street. I think it's going to be great how things work out. Looking forward to the final product, and certainly wanted to speak on behalf of he and his family and his team in making this happen, and just wanted to offer those words and hopefully a positive vote from the council. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak in favor? Anyone on Zoom? Anyone who'd like to speak in opposition? No one on Zoom. Councillor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. As councilors know, and you heard from Attorney Panos, this is the former Stanzi's location at 1 Main Street. As they mentioned, I've been in contact with the applicant, Mr. Tedesco, and his attorney. Based on what the applicant has shared with me, the general plan is to have occasional live entertainment for ambiance, such as a singer with an acoustic guitar. Other live entertainment might include things like an occasional performance by a comedian. They don't really anticipate engaging bands. Non-live entertainment would be played most of the time in the background, and entertainment would typically complement the dining experience. Mr. Tedesco owns the building, as most of you know, and needs to have concern for the quality of life of the residents the residential tenants that live upstairs. So he has additional incentive to make sure entertainment is not disruptive to residents. In that regard, I see this arrangement as somewhat self-regulating. An unusual feature of 1 Main is the large garage door windows, and because sound does travel, Mr. Tedesco agrees that those garage doors will be closed a little bit earlier Monday through Wednesday by 11 p.m. The only deviation from the application is that amplified live entertainment will end a little earlier at 11 p.m. on Monday through Wednesday. And as you heard from the applicant, they're in agreement with that minor tweak. As this new establishment is yet another investment by Mr. Tedesco in our downtown. As you heard from the mayor, I join in his comments. I thank him for his commitment to the downtown, and I wish him tremendous success with the new restaurant. At this time, I defer to other councilors.
Is there any discussion? Councillor Gould.
I just also want to say thank you, Pat, for taking the bull by the horn here and creating another dynamite restaurant for us to go to in downtown Peabody. And you've done a lot for the city, and please keep on doing more. We love having you be part of it. Thank you.
Councillor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. Yeah, I wanted to say, Pat has done a lot for this city throughout his years here. But, I think it was just as disheartening to him as it was to most of us when we saw how close we were in downtown prior to the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened and we lost some traction on where we were going. And I think I could see it again. So I can remember my excitement in 2018, 19 maybe, when Stanzi's opened. I think it was just before COVID. And I kind of have that excitement again, seeing the construction going on downtown, seeing some new restaurants moving in, And, you know, there's two common denominators there. It's always been surrounded by Pat Tedisco, you know, both in 2019 and again in 2024. So I'm confident this time that, barring another worldwide pandemic, you know, this is where we need to be. And obviously I support this, and I support the Tedisco family. Thank you.
Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for clarification, through you to Council McGinn, will Thursday, Friday, and Saturday the applicant be allowed to keep those garage door windows open till midnight?
Councilor McGinn.
Yes, through you to Councilor Manning Martin. The answer to that is yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, I am very pleased to see that this effort is being made to get that corner back up and running with a nice family restaurant, and especially with those garage open windows, the bay windows. It's just a lovely design. It's a beautiful building in a great location, and getting that up and running will enliven the downtown and can only help out other businesses once we get that up and running. And the fact that Mr. Tedisco is not only the business owner, but is also the property owner is just a major bonus for the city. So I think he's going to bring something very special to that corner. I wish him nothing but the best, and I think that the manager of record, I was happy to see you bringing that individual in, because I think she has a record of success, and with you and her as a team on that corner, I think good things are going to come. So I wish you nothing but the best, Mr. Tedisco.
Councilor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. I'll be brief. I just want to echo the sentiments of my councilors. Mr. Tedisco's done nothing but everything top-notch, and I expect the same with this new endeavor. So thank you. Thank you for your constant and consistent investment in Peabody.
Any other councilors? Councilor Daigle.
Thank you, Madam President. Not to repeat everything everyone said, but I will. I've worked with Pat, as he mentioned, since I was business liaison to the Chamber of Commerce. I remember when COVID struck, Pat was one of the first people to call me as the chamber director and say, how can we help all the other businesses? And he shelled out money to the community to support, not himself, but other businesses. And I think he does wear his heart on his sleeve. And anything he does, you know, if there's a problem, which I don't think there will be, you pick up the phone and he's on top of it. So he has my 100% support of whatever he is asking for. Thank you.
Any other councilors? Seeing none, I'd just echo everything everyone else has said. I think this is exciting for the downtown. We were sad to see Stanzies go, and I think, you know, we are, as Councilor Turco said, we're starting to see the light again after this pandemic and see the revitalization start to happen again downtown. With that, I'll go to Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Move to close the public hearing.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Move to approve the application from One Main Street Restaurant LLC, 1 Main Street, Peabody, Mass., requesting an entertainment license for the use of non-live entertainment, specifically television, CD player, DVD player, electronic digital internet jukebox, internet streaming music, background music, and live entertainment at said 1 Main Street, Peabody, Mass. With the following conditions: hours of non-live entertainment, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday, or as otherwise stipulated in a Sunday license to be obtained from the mayor's office. Hours of live entertainment non-amplified, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday, or as otherwise stipulated in a Sunday license to be obtained from the mayor's office. Hours of live entertainment up to 2 amplifiers, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Thursday to Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, or as otherwise stipulated in a license to be obtained from the mayor's office. Windows to be closed by 11 p.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 12 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. Owners will make ongoing reasonable efforts to prevent noise from becoming disruptive to area residents. So moved.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Welton,
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
McGinn,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Higgins.
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Motion carries 10-0.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to reports of committee, Municipal Safety Committee, Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Municipal Safety Committee meeting met this evening with myself as chair and councilors Daigle, Gamache, Higgins, and Rozignol all in attendance. We had a couple of items on the agenda, one being the issue of Casco Road and Linfield Street being a dangerous intersection. We did have Captain Richards and Mayor Betancourt join us to present on that. And the issue is that, well, one of the issues is that that location is within 3 jurisdictions. So the mayor has reached out to and has been working with the mayor of Lynn and also reaching out to Linfield Management in order to work out some traffic changes with respect to no left-hand turn in or out of Casco from Linfield onto or from Linfield Street. And the mayor is hopeful that these discussions will continue with him being able to make some recommendations within the next few weeks. He does plan on putting out notifications to the public well in advance of any changes through billboards and robocalls and just basically getting the information out there so we don't make changes and it just sneaks up on people. But again, that will take a few more weeks of his negotiating with those other jurisdictions. And the matter of an ordinance is required, and that is going to be reported out on Legal Affairs after this report. So that is a report of progress on the matter of Casco and Linfield Street intersection. And Councilor Rozignol would like to add something?
Councilor Rozignol.
Yes, there was one motion out of committee just to accept item 8D.
Why, yes, there was. Thank you, Councilor Rozignol. And it was accepted. Thank you. The next item on the agenda was the issue of Route 114 and the matter of no left turn, basically the signs and the implementation, no left turn from Mount Pleasant Street. And that matter came to light that there had always been an ordinance of that dating back to the 80s. However, the signage was not present. So when the state did put up the signage, neighbors were taken aback by that. But since then, it's been explained that there is an ordinance, the signs are required, and it is the recommendation of the Peabody Police Department that the signs and the ordinance remain. There was a report out of the last 5 years, there were 7 crashes in that area of taking a left-hand turn out of Mount Pleasant onto 114. So his recommendation, Captain Richards, was to keep things the way they are with the ordinance and the signage. And Councilor Gamache indicates that the neighbors have become more acclimated to the change and have been abiding by the ordinance and the no left-hand turn. So that was a report of committee on that subject.
Councilor Manning Martin, just before you continue, we just need a motion to receive 8D as the whole committee.
Motion to receive 8D.
You've heard the motion. All in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Manning Martin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And lastly, the matter of Bartholomew Street was briefly mentioned by Captain Richards, that he has recommendations and hopes to add fog lines and hash marks to delineate 2 traffic lanes in order to keep people from passing on the right, kind of in the blind spots that are created down at that intersection. And he's hoping for a spring implementation, and the city Public Works as well, that was waiting for the spring to implement these changes. And he also indicated that he believes the changes at Casco Road will also help alleviate the stress down at Bartholomew Street intersection as well. So that is a report of Committee of Municipal Safety. So moved.
Thank you. Moving on to the Legal Affairs Committee, Councilor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Legal Affairs met following the Safety Committee meeting. In attendance was Councilor Daigle, Councilor Higgins, Councilor McGinn, sitting in for Councilor Melville, and Councilor Turco. All other committee members were present. We had one item on the agenda. The hope was to move Casco Road and its change of no left turns and implement an ordinance, but because it abuts two other communities, the mayor still needs to have conversations with the Lynn mayor. So that will be held in committee. There were two motions that did come out of committee. The first one was to receive the proposal from Captain Richards of an island at the end of Casco to make sure cars are not going to be taking a left. So I now present that to the council as a whole.
Okay. You've heard the motion to receive the recommendation from Captain Richards. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. The second motion was to remove out of legal affairs a motion presented about a year ago. There was a lengthy discussion to have legal representation just for the council as a whole. Through other processes, it was determined that that would not be the best course of action. So Councilor Turco made a motion to remove that out of committee. I now bring that to the council as its entirety. So moved.
Can you clarify, is the motion to just to dispose of the issue?
Correct. To dispose of the action.
Okay. You've heard the motion to dispose of the committee issue. Any discussion? All those in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Rossignol.
Thank you, Madam President. No further motions, and that item of Casco Road will still stay in committee.
Thank you. Moving on to motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8C.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Oh, discussion. Councilor Rossignol.
Are you good? Do you want to send that to legal? Through you, Madam Chair, to Councilor Turco.
Actually, these are on behalf of President Peach, and my intention was to draft and advertise tonight with the three motions. There are three motions under Section 19-141, one-way streets enumerated, add Wallace Street southerly from Tremont Street to Elm Street, move to draft and advertise.
Councilor Turco, I just move to receive, and then we'll take the motion. We just didn't wrap it up. You heard the motion to receive the item. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Turco.
Thank you. So on the it's a motion, excuse me, item under 19-141, one-way streets enumerated, add Wallace Street southerly from Tremont Street to Elm Street, move to draft and advertise.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Turco.
Thank you. The second motion on behalf of President Peach would be under Section 19-126, obedience to isolated stop signs, 470, strike Wallace Street northbound and southbound to Walnut Street. There is currently a traffic signal light at this intersection, limiting the need for a stop sign. On 470, replace with Wallace Street northbound and southbound to Elm Street. And 471, strike Wallace Street northbound to Tremont Street, with Wallace now being a one-way in a southerly direction. The need to stop for a stop sign at Wallace in Tremont is eliminated, and that's a motion to draft and advertise.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Turco.
And the third and final motion would be to draft and advertise under Section 1994, Parking prohibited on certain streets, Wallace Street easterly side for a distance of 30 feet in either direction of the intersection with Elm Street. This measurement will be determined by the painted stop lines on the pavement of Wallace Street. And again, that's on behalf of President Peach. So moved.
You heard the motion to draft and advertise. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, any opposed, it's a vote. I will just add for the public, thank you, Councilor Turco, for making those motions. This is in response to the traffic issue surrounding the Haven from Hunger. This is something we're going to try for 90 days, starting in May. And so the ordinances are in place so the police can enforce them. So you'll see more changes coming out. There'll be more messages from the mayor's office provided to the neighborhood as well. Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive and approve item 9A, Junk Darrell's license 2024 renewal for Bill's Music, 136 Main Street, Cash Call 161 Main Street, GameStop number 7832-210 Andover Street, GameStop number 0664 300 Andover Street, Lifebridge North Shore 58 Rear Pulaski Street, Long's Jewelers 35 Cross Street, Martoni and James Ltd. 215 Newbury Street, Suite 206. So moved.
The clerks informed me that Lifebridge's papers aren't in order, so if you could just amend the motion to strike them, and we'll sort that out.
Thank you. On the previous motion, strike Lifebridge North Shore 58 Rear Pulaski Street from the previously read motion.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Turco.
No further motions.
Councilor Rozignol.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 10B, an ordinance adopting and enacting a new code for the city of Peabody, Massachusetts, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, providing the penalty of violation thereof, providing for the manner of amending such code, and providing when such codes in this ordinance shall become effective. Be it obtained by the City Council of the City of Peabody as follows. Do you need to read all of it? That's what I thought. Section 1, the code entitles the Code of the City of Peabody, Massachusetts, published by Muni Code, consisting of chapters 1 through 32, each inclusive, is adopted. Section 2, all ordinance of general and permanent nature enacting or on or before September 28, 2023, and not included in the code or recognized and continued enforced by reference therein are appealed. Section 3, the repeal provided for the Section 2 hereof shall not be construed to receive any ordinance or part thereof that has been repealed by a subsequent ordinance that is repealed by this ordinance. Section 4, unless other penalties is expressly provided, every person convicted of a violation of any provision of the code or any ordinance, rule, or regulation adopted or issued in pursuant thereof shall be punished by a fine not exceeding $300. Each act of violation and each day upon which any such violation shall continue to or occur shall constitute a separate offense. The penalty provided by this section, unless another penalty is expressly provided, shall apply to the amended of any code section, whether or not such penalty is reenacted in the amendatory ordinance. In addition to the penalties prescribed above, the city may pursue other remedies such as abatements, nuances, injunctive relief, or revocation of licenses or permits. Section 5, additions or amendments to the code when passed in such form as to indicate the intention to make the same as part of the code shall be deemed to be incorporated in the code, so that reference to the code including the additions and amendments. Section 6, ordinance adopted after September 28, 2023 that amended or referred to ordinances that have been codified in the codes shall be constructed as if they amended or referred to like provisions of the code. Section 7, publication of this ordinance is also subject to Section 32A of Chapter 40 in general law, accepting by the City Council on April 27, 1967. And last, Section 8, the ordinance shall take effect on May 1st. So moved.
You've heard the motion by Councilor Rozignol. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Rossignol.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Higgins.
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Motion carries 10-0.
Counselor Rossignol.
No further motions.
Counselor Welton.
Thank you, Madam President. No motions this evening. However, I would just like to thank everyone who put together our Student Government Day last week. I was able to participate and once again was completely blown away by the caliber of our student leaders, and was so impressed by their motions. Particularly thought the one to turn the police station into a community center for serving youth was a good one. But everything that they worked on that day was fantastic. And I feel really proud to be part of a community that invests so much to make sure that our next generation has every opportunity to lead and leave our community a better place. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Counselor Gamache.
No motions.
Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 7B and refer to finance. So moved.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8B. So moved.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8E. So moved.
You've heard the motion by Counselor McGinn. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8F. So moved.
You've heard the motion by Counselor McGinn. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 10A and adopt as advertised. This is the bond order for the Peabody Public Safety Facility, $69,200,000. Be it ordered by the City Council of the City of Peabody that the City of Peabody appropriate the amount of $69,200,000 for the purpose of paying the cost of design and construction of the Peabody Public Safety Facility located at Allens Lane, Peabody, Massachusetts, including the payment of all costs incidental or related thereto. It is further ordered that the treasurer is authorized to file an application with the appropriate officials of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Commonwealth, to qualify under Chapter 44A of the general laws, and any and all bonds of the city authorized to be borrowed pursuant to this loan order, and to provide such information and execute such documents as such officials of the Commonwealth may require in connection therewith. It is further ordered that to meet this appropriation, the treasurer, with the approval of the mayor, is authorized to borrow said amount under Chapter 44 of the general laws, or any other enabling authority that the treasurer, mayor, and any other city official is authorized to take actions necessary or convenient to carry out the purposes of this order, and that this order be advertised as read. So moved.
Adopted as read, Counselor.
Adopted as read with that correction. So moved.
You've heard the motion by Counselor McGinn. Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call vote.
Councilors Turco.
Yes.
Rossignol.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Daigle.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
No.
Higgins.
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Motion carries 9-1.
Counselor McGinn.
Thank you, Madam President. No further motions.
Thank you. Counselor Gould.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion, co-motion with yourself, to request an opinion from Captain Richards on the traffic flow and issues on Monroe Street and surrounding areas due to the car wash, and refer that to municipal safety. So moved.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Counselor Gould.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Madam President, I'd like to wish our colleague Craig Welton well. He's running his 9th Boston Marathon, running for Dorchester Boys and Girls Club, if I'm correct. And Craig every year has run to benefit a charity, and hats off to you, Craig. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Counselor Daigle.
Thank you, Madam President. No motions. Good luck to Coach Craig Welton Monday. Go get him. Thank you.
Counselor Manning Martin.
No motions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Councilor Higgins.
Thank you, Madam President. Under suspension of the rules, I'd like to accept item 8A and schedule a public hearing.
You heard the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Higgins.
I'd also like to wish Mr. Welton good luck in his marathon and good luck recovering from that. But thank you. No further. Thank you.
Thank you. I will just make all of the ward councilors' days to remind you that the 4th of July is less than 100 days away. And if there are any volunteers out there, Ward 3 or not Ward 3, that would like to come join me on that day, please reach out. I think it's 86 days, so, you know, just putting that out there. And good luck to Councilor Welton. I will be texting your wife to see how you do. She'll meet you in the medical, so. With that, entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. We're adjourned.